Mangwana ni mwalelepo vukenjani klekbas wanave Africa. Welcome to Africa. Good morning. The news and current affairs show bringing you everything you need to know happening on the African continent and beyond. You are joined by Ashwin Betty and Diana Master. How are you, Diana?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. It's a Tuesday. We get to choose our vibes.
We get to choose our vibes, and we're choosing all positive vibes because,
Oh, yes.
I mean, it is a new month.
Definitely. I mean, we choose our vibes. The news chooses itself.
Oh,
So,
no,
you know what I
definitely.
mean? Yeah.
The news chooses itself. So we may choose positive and happy vibes.
But the world might be different.
But the world might be different. Speaking of the world being different, let's get into the headlines from stage broadcast. SADC, AU, sign off Eswatini's undemocratic election. New Gabon president visits the DRC and lobbies for lifting of sanctions. And Taiwan investigation accusation submarine program details leaked. We'll also be bringing you news from Zambia with Mike Sichula a little later on in the show. Stick around, we'll be right back with our top stories right after this break.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Now in our top stories, the Southern African Development Community and the African Union election observer missions to Eswatini in their preliminary reports on the recently concluded Tinkhundla elections said the polls fell within set standards and guidelines. In a statement, the SADC election observer mission said the last absolute monarchy in Africa conducted peaceful, calm and well-organized elections that satisfied the revised SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. The mission also commended the Swati people for upholding peace before and during the election. The mission commends the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini for maintaining a peaceful political environment. Now, Prime Minister Chief Ngwangwa Gameze told the election observers, "We look forward to your recommendations after the completion of the 2023 general elections. We further register our commitment to achieving a free, fair, credible and peaceful election."
Now, Gabon's new strongman was greeted by the Congo's Prime Minister upon arrival on Sunday, the 1st of October, at Olombo International Airport. He then met with President Denis Sassou Nguesso. Oligui said his visit was aimed at improving the ties and easing Gabon's international isolation following the coup. "I've come to consult, to discuss, to exchange with the President, who for us is a key in the region, who can relate to global authorities what we have done," Oligui said after holding talks with Congo President Denis Sassou Nguesso. The talks were held near Oyo in central Congo. It is also to ease the sanctions. "We hope to once again take our place among the nations," Oligui said. Gabon was suspended from the African Union and the Economic Community of Central African States after the change of government. ECCAS has also ordered the immediate transfer of its headquarters from Gabon's Libreville to the Equatorial Guinea capital, Malabo. The Congo president did not address reporters after the talks, but his foreign minister Jean-Claude Gakoso hailed Oligui as a man of humility and reconciliation.
Now, not long ago, all 15 heads of state in the Economic Community of West African states were democratically elected. But just 4 years later, that has drastically changed. ECOWAS is made up of 8 French-speaking, 5 English-speaking, and 2 Portuguese-speaking countries. Problems in the past 4 years rose in French-speaking countries that had military coups, namely Mali was suspended on 30 May 2021 after 2 military coups in a space of 9 months. Guinea was suspended on 8 September 2021, and on 28 January 2022, Burkina Faso was suspended. Now, the last to be suspended was Niger in July this year. Outside ECOWAS, the only countries to have coups are Gabon and Sudan. On Friday last week, the second ECOWAS parliamentary seminar was held in Winneba, Ghana. In his address, Ghanaian President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo spoke about the new reality in which ECOWAS found itself, which required immediate solutions.
Now, Taiwan prosecutors said on Monday that they are investigating accusations that people tried to interfere in the island's submarine program and that details about it were leaked in what would be a serious breach of security. Taiwan unveiled its first domestically developed submarine on Thursday, a major step in a project aimed at strengthening the island's defense and deterrence against the Chinese Navy, though it won't enter service for 2 years. Huang Shukwang, who is leading the program, told local media last week that lawmakers, who he did not name, had made it difficult for the program to purchase critical equipment and that a contractor who had failed to obtain a bid forwarded information to China. Taiwan Supreme Prosecutor's Office in a short statement said Huang's accusations had attracted great attention given the national security and defense implications. It said it had instructed prosecutors to investigate the case as soon as possible in order to safeguard national security.
And reports from Madagascar say the security forces have fired tear gas against opposition candidates who were leading a protest in the capital, Antananarivo. It comes amid rising tensions ahead of presidential elections next month. Now, 11 of the 13 presidential candidates had urged their supporters to march towards the city's central square to protest against what they described as an institutional coup in favor of the incumbent Andry Rajoelina. But reporters from the AFP news agency said the security forces dispersed the crowd before it reached its destination. And we've reached the destination of our top stories. However, the traveling continues after the break as we head to Zambia for the latest stories.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
All right, let's have a conversation with Mike Sichula in Zambia as he lets us know the latest from the real Africa. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, thank you. Africa, good morning.
All right, now Mike, let's get straight into it. What are some of the highlights from President Hakainde Hichilema's visit to neighboring DRC yesterday?
Oh yeah, so President Hichilema undertook a one-day state visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo. The head of state witnessed the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kasomena Kasanga Mwemba Road project with His Excellency President Felix Tshisekedi of the DRC. So the project includes a road, a one-stop border post, and a bridge across the Rwapura River. President Hichilema said that the project underscores the development of transport corridors in a bid to enhance trade links for sectors such as mining and agriculture and provide employment and other long-term economic benefits for improved livelihoods of the two peoples. So this road network is a project that started in the previous administration of former President Edgar Lungu, and the road network that is being worked on is supposed to cut through the Democratic Republic of Congo from Zambia into Tanzania. So this now puts the project into gear. There are also some foreign partners that have come in to see that this project becomes a reality.
All right, now, Mr. Sichula, moving over on a rather sad note, police in Zambia are investigating the case of a 16-year-old who was confined by her mother for 2 years. Please give us the details.
Yeah, quite a sad story. So according to the deputy spokesperson of Zambia Police, the suspect was arrested and charged with assault resulting in actual bodily harm. So it has not yet been established as to why the mother, aged 40, confined her daughter to a house, a 16-year-old daughter, in a room for 2 years. So this development was only reviewed after one of her children ran to the neighbors to say my elder sister has been held in the house for that longer time. So when neighbors were inquiring about her 16-year-old daughter as to where she was, the mother used to tell her neighbors that my daughter went to stay with my husband who were on separation, which was a lie. So the young daughter who is age 9 could see how the mother was mistreating this 16-year-old girl by beating her, slapping her, and in the house where they found her, they discovered some charms. So people are now believing that maybe the daughter was confined to that room for ritual purposes and the like. So we could not show the image because when police found her, she was malnourished and she needed medical care, and police have since taken care of the case, and she has been taken to hospital where they're hoping that they could get more information once she gains strength to speak. It is something that is quite a little bit sad because she could hardly even open her mouth by the time police found her.
She really must be traumatized, and I hope she can get the care that she deserves. Now, a 21-year-old man is in police custody in what police say is an offense of advocating to overthrow the government. Tell us more.
This is a case of Chipampe Kalumba of Mtendere East, one of the densely populated compounds in Lusaka. So particulars of this matter are that between 1st September and 18th September, the accused did publish a post on social media, a post which advocates for overthrowing by unlawful means the government of Zambia. And this should be the second or third case of a person who's been arrested in a similar manner. The first case that was reported, I think we did report also here on Africa Good Morning, of another person who did share a Twitter to say, look, Zambian soldiers, look what your soldiers in West Africa are doing. What are you doing? And that person landed himself in prison. So this is a similar case. So police have become so hard in terms of tracking people who post such messages on social media. And even President Ichirama at one point spoke about it. So it is one of the ways that police are trying to see that people are orderly using platforms of such nature as opposed to engaging in acts of unpatriotism.
All right, now finally in sports, Mr. Sichola, 9 Zambian bodybuilders have qualified for the World Championships to be held in Germany in November this year. Tell us more.
Yeah, something good coming out from the Zambia bodybuilders. So there were about 9 of them that participated at the tournament in South Africa on 30th September, and they won 9 medals. They dominated the regional World Fitness Federation competition, which was held in Durban. So World Federation Zambia sent 4 bodybuilders to the competition and all melted golds, totaling to 9. Among the 9 medals are 6 gold, 2 were silver, and 1 overall medal. So the Zambian champion, Arnold Warrior, extended his dominance to the region after placing first in bodybuilding. Then we also had a physically challenged bodybuilder who also picked up a gold medal. That is Fenel Musumari. He flexed his muscles to get a gold medal. That's him there in the picture. And he's physically challenged. And his achievement in this competition is encouraging a number of people. Like people always say that disability is not inability. So the competition in Germany is expected to increase visibility, and people will be talking about bodybuilding and see to it that it can put the Zambian flag a little bit higher than what it has done in the past years.
Very good work from the gentleman over there, and I too am inspired to go back to the gym. Thank you, Mike, for bringing us the news stories from Zambia.
Thank you very much, Ashwin. Thank you very much, Diana. Africa, good morning.
Africa, good morning indeed. Let's head to the weather predictions.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment.
Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Let's get into our economic news stories. After a weekend of no load shedding, stage 2 power cuts will return. Due to the return of service of Kusile 3, the sustained improved generation performance and the lower than anticipated demand for electricity, load shedding will be suspended until 4 p.m. on Monday when stage 2 load shedding was implemented, Eskom said. Spokesperson Daphne Mokoena said the utility will communicate should any significant changes occur. Meanwhile, summertime should be a lot easier for ordinary South Africans as they have turned a corner in the power crisis, according to Electricity Minister Kosiyencho Ramakgopa.
Now, as coking coal prices turn volatile, the country's largest state-owned steelmaker, Steel Authority of India Limited, is looking to ramp up sourcing from Russia and also up production at its own overseas mines in Mozambique. As coking coal prices turn volatile, coking coal is a key feedstock for steelmaking, according to Amarendu Prakash, Chairman and Managing Director of SAIL. For shipments of coking coal from Russia, each shipment of 75,000 tons have already come in Q1 FY24, which is April to June, and another 4 have been, totaling 300,000 tons, will be sourced for the period ending September 30.
All right, let's head to the economic indicators just before we return with the sport.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
All right, sad news for the Springboks. Sad news and good news, but the sad part is Makazole Mampimpi, the World Cup winning winger, has been ruled out for the remainder of the Rugby World Cup in France with a fractured eye socket. Director of Rugby Rassi Rasmus confirmed on Monday. Now, Mampimpi was injured in a clash of heads with Augustine Pulu in the Springboks' 49-18 Pool B victory over Tonga. The incident was reviewed by the television match official but not sanctioned with a yellow card. Now, it is very sad. It was an accident, but he has a fractured eye socket and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. We'll miss him because he is a brilliant rugby player and a fantastic person, Erasmus said. Now, while no longer first choice in the side, Mapimpi has bags of experience, having played a central role in South Africa's 2019 World Cup in Japan. Replacing Mapimpi, however, is some really good news, is Lucanio AM, who a lot of Springbok fans were hoping would be in the World Cup, but he was left out of the traveling squad. So Springboks, keep your fingers crossed. Lucayo AM showing up. I like the AM.
AM.
Lucayo AM. You do what you want with that.
You do the math. Now moving over, American gymnast Simone Biles became the first woman to do the Yurchenko double pike at the World Artistic Gymnastics Championships on Sunday, with the vault now to be named after her. The Yurchenko double pike is the most difficult jump in the women's scoring code and was rated at 6.4 points by the technical committee in anticipation of it being performed. The 26-year-old athlete scored 15.266 with a 58.865 total in the all-round, securing the vault to be named Biles II after a different original jump was named after her in 2018. With 25 gold medals, the most of any gymnast in history, seven Olympic medals, the oldest American woman to compete at the Worlds, and now has 5 skills named after her: 2 on the floor exercises, 2 on vault, and 1 on balance beam. The U.S. women's team finished their qualifying subdivision at the top of the table and will go for team gold on Wednesday in Antwerp.
I mean, we keep calling her Simone Biles, but it's actually pronounced greatest of all time. All right, North Korea maintained an eye-catching display in weightlifting at the Hangzhou Asian Games on Monday when Kim Tu-gyong lifted 111 kilograms, setting a world record for the snatch on her way to gold in the women's 59-kilogram category on day 8 of the competition. Kim's lift, achieved with the 20-year-old's third snatch of the women's final, eclipsed the previous record of 110 kilograms in 2021 by Taiwan's star lifter Ko Hin-sing, shown 29, was also competing on Monday. The snatch is one half of the final, where athletes hoist the bar up in one movement. In the other half, the clean and jerk, athletes first lift the bar up to sit on their shoulders and then attempt to push it above their heads in movement. And just for a little bit of context, she lifted 110 kilos on top of her head. I weigh 100. Those are sports stories. Highlights after the break.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
You're still watching Africa. Good morning. For those of you that are just joining us, here are the news highlights. SADC AU sign off on Eswatini's undemocratic election. New Gabon President General Nguema visits the Congo, lobbies for lifting of sanctions. Stage 2 load shedding back after weekend of no rolling blackouts.
Those have been our highlights. Those have been our stories. Catch us on 1up2.com or Namibia Media Holdings social media platforms, DSTV 285 and GoTV 25. From Diana Master and Ashwin Berry, Swera Jakanaka.